Hi, hello everyone. So today our topic is Python programming. So this is explained by Mr. Sheikh Saddam Hussain, myself, Assistant Professor Information Technology of Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Dundigal. So today we are going to learn about the Python programming language. So actually many of us are having the doubt that why we have to learn the Python programming. So instead of all we are having the languages called C, Java. So why we have to learn the Python programming? So that by listening this class of today's, we will get a small and clarification that which we have to use the Python programming language, which we have to learn the Python programming language. So here, these are the course. This course should enable the students to. What's the meaning of this one? So by learning the Python programming, what the students will be able to do. That means what the students are able to learn. So here, the students will acquire the programming skills in core Python. So here we are having the core Python concepts. So by learning these concepts of the Python, he will be able to learn the skills in core Python. The next one is he will acquire the object-oriented programming skills in Python. That means the Python is a one language which can support the both one object-oriented programming language as well as structure-oriented programming language. So we will learn and we will discuss about these two in a later classes very detailed. So then again the students will learn the skills of designing graphical user interface. That means by using the Python, the students or the developers will be able to designing of the graphical user interface. All of you very well known about the what is graphical user interface. So for example, a student application form is there in any website. So that is a graphical user interface for the student. He can able to enter his total data, then the data will be stored into the database. That may be Amazon website, that may be Flickr website, that may be a college website, whatever it may be. There we will describe or we will provide the graphical user interface by using the Python. So the next point is he developed the ability to write database applications in Python. So as well as the Python will develop a concept called providing database connectivity. So just now I have described that a student application online form. So here the students is entering the data. The data will be stored where? In a database. That means our Python will provide the database connectivity which can use it to store all the data of the student which is entered in a graphical user interface into the database. So that's next. The next point is the student will acquire the Python programming skills to move into the specific branches that may be IoT, data science, machine learning and artificial intelligence. That means a student will use this Python programming languages in artificial intelligence and machine learning and IoT and data science and many more. And these all the topics the Python will be used. The next one is what exactly the outcomes of this particular Python programming subject. What will happens at the end of the learning of this particular Python programming in a sense. These are some of the course outcomes which we are discussing now. So the first one is understand operators, precedency of operators, associative while evaluating expressions in program statement. What's the meaning of this one? So for suppose when you are writing a program for performing some operations, arithmetic operations, then we have to use the operators and the operands. So we are having less than operator, greater than operator and some multiplication operators. Different types of operators are there. But how we can know that which operator is to be executed first, which operator is to be executed the next. This will be explained later in this particular today's class. The next one is here. Visualize the capabilities of procedural as well as object-oriented programming. Just now I said that a student is able to do that object-oriented programming and as well as procedural programming. The next one is the next outcome of this Python programming is it demonstrates indexing and slicing mechanisms for the extracting the portion of the data in a sequence. What is this indexing and slicing? For suppose there is a data. Okay, clear. So when the data is stored somewhere like this. So when the data is stored like this, here we are having, these are the memory locations. Is that clear? So this is 0th index, first index, second index, third index and so on like this. We are having different types of indexes for the storing values. Here, these are the indexing concept. Then what is about the slicing concepts? So the data is here 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. We are having some data here. Then slicing mechanisms is nothing but we are differentiating, slicing some parts. This is part 1, this is part 2. Like that we are slicing. So slicing mechanisms, so pieces of the data. So here from the pieces of data we can collect the data very easily, we can add the data very easily, we can update the data very easily. That is the reason why we are using these two concepts called slicing and indexing mechanisms from the Python programming. So the next course outcome is nothing but you will understand the native data types of a like. That means a Python programming. Each and every programming language is having some data types. Like that, in very similar, Python also is having some data types. They are called as list, set, tuple, dictionary, and use them in data processing applications. These are nothing but what is this set, tuple, dictionary, list? These all are called as the data types which we can use in the data processing applications. How we can use? That we will discuss in the later. But at the end of this particular Python programming course, the students is able to learn and this all the topics. The next one is compare and contrast mutable and immutable objects and understand the state change of the objects during the runtime. So here we have to know one concept, one thing called an object-oriented programming. Object-oriented programming is nothing but one concept called which is a classes and collection of objects. So here each and every data will be accessible by using the objects only. Here objects are nothing but two types of objects we are having. Mutable objects and immutable objects. What is this mutable objects and immutable objects? That we have to know very clearly. So mutable means changeable. We can change it further. Now we can define and we can declare an object. That particular object will be changeable in the future. That is that type of objects called the mutable objects. There we are having some type of objects which will declared and cannot be changed for the next time. These are called as immutable objects. So this will be learned in the end of the course outcome as a Python programming. The next outcome is you will understand passing of parameters and arguments in the function to do the modular programming. So here the one concept. What is this particular modular? Modular programming means what? Modular programming is nothing but. So modular programming is nothing but. So that particular programming is here. This is called what? Program. So here this particular program will be divided into the black 1, black 2, black 3, black 4. Black 1, black 2 or black 3 and black 4. These blacks, black 1, black 2, black 3, black 4 are called as modules. What they are? These are the modules. Means a large program will be divided into the smallest parts. So they are called as modules. Why we need these modules? So let us consider one program for an application of an Amazon website for storing all the data of the users. Then what will happen? We are not having this type of modular programming. Then Amazon website you have to store all the data of the ladies data, gents data, kids data and old man's data. So that means as a particular programming of a large program, it will burdens for a developer. If it is divided into the modules, first module is nothing but first module is for gent, next module is for female, the next module is for kids, the next module is for olds. This type of all four modules are there for the storing of the data of the four types of persons. Then it is very easy to write the code. Then it is very easy to correct the code if any errors were occurring there. So this is the concept called modularity. Modular programming is provided by this particular Python programming. Here, these all modules are also called as the functions. Function 1, function 2, function 3, function 4. So then what have to do here? We have to pass the data to the particular functions. That is concept called parameter passing. These are called as parameters and arguments. That means that at the end of this particular Python programming, students will be able to know or students will be able to understand that how the parameters will be passed to the functions and how the arguments will be used by the functions in a programming. So the next one is he will able to understand the concepts of inheritance and polymorphism. What is this inheritance and polymorphisms? These are for the code reusability and extensibility. The main usage of this inheritance and polymorphism are nothing but code usability and extensibility. So for providing this type of features in a Python programming languages or in any object-oriented programming language, it will provide the concepts of two things, inheritance and polymorphism. Is that clear? So what is this particular concept called inheritance? Very simple. So that inheritance is nothing but this is A is a parent. So B is a child. We will let us assume parent and then it is a child here. So what will happen? From the parent A, B can access the data. That is concept. For suppose let us assume in human beings, the parents are there. all the childs of the parents will do what? They will spend their own money and they will spend their parents' amount also. That means the childs are acquiring the properties of the parent. This concept called inheritance. That means we need this concept in programming. Why means one module can inherit the all the data from the another module. One module can need the data of another module. How it is possible to provide this type of concepts? That is possible through the concept called inheritance. Is that clear? So now the next concept is polymorphism. Then what is polymorphism here? Very simple. A polymorphism is nothing but one. For suppose Honda showroom is there. What will happen? Honda will provide a different types of bikes. As I know. So actually Honda engine is one. For this particular engine they will provide a many number of model 1 and model 2 and as well as model 3. This means this Honda showroom will provide the model. So model 1, model 2, model 3. So these all are called Honda 1, Honda 2, Honda 3. These are same names. Are you getting? So this is a concept called polymorphism, which will provided by the object-oriented programming. This is a main feature of our Python programming. This will be able to learn at the end of the completion of the course called Python programming. The next one is it will make use of appropriate models for solving real-time problems. So actually what is the main use of another use is nothing but Python programming will use appropriate models for real-time problems. The real-time problem means that which is we are having about some applications, real-time applications which are usable towards some of the institutions, organizations or some of the companies. The next one is it will apply string handling mechanisms to automated the memory management and reduced out of bounds access. So very simple. What will happen here? Here in the Python programming, or else in the concept of object-oriented programming is nothing but Python programming. Here we have a mechanism called string handling mechanisms, which will lead to the automation of the memory management. What is this automation of memory management? For suppose before we have discussed that memory allocations are there. So if we are having the 10 memory allocations for us, if we have entered the 10 types of data to the 10 memory locations, then the memory locations will become so busy. Then what about the 11th item of the data, how we can store it, how we can enter it? That means that if a data is entered into the memory allocation, if the usage of memory is over, then the data has to be deleted from the memory. Then another data has to be stored there. This process is called the automation of the memory management. This will provided by the string handling mechanisms, which is given by this Python programming languages. This is one of the main benefit of the Python programming language. The next thing is he will extend the knowledge of Python programming to build a successful and career in software development. So many of the students are there, many of the people are there around this world who want to become the software developers. So they will be easy to learn this programming language. They will easily learn and they will easily write the code. They will easily develop the many number of applications to become as a software developer in the software development. These are some of the outcomes which we can have. So towards the end of this particular course, Python programming. So up to now we have discussed that what is Python programming, what are the outcomes which we will get about this Python programming language. The first thing we have to know that actually who is the author, who is invented, who is provided that this type of Python programming language to us. That is, here we have to know about the Guido van Rossum. He is a Dutch programmer who is best known as the author of the Python programming language. Who is that? This is a person who is named as Guido van Rossum. He is a Dutch programmer. He is invented, he is developed, he is given the Python programming language for us towards the world, which becomes now very easier to understand some of the programming languages and easy to develop some of the web applications by using this Python programming. So this is the main person who is called Guido van Rossum. The next one is so now we are entering into the concepts of Python programming. So here we are discussing about the module 1. So what is this module 1? What are the concepts of module 1? What are the topics of module 1? We will have a small glimpse of the module 1 here. So in the module 1, we are having the different types of concepts here. The first concept is introduction to the Python. So that one means how it is invented, when it is invented, why it is invented, and what are the features of the Python, and what is the history of the Python, and what is the future of the Python. Means when it is started, why it is started, what are the benefits of the Python, and in the future what we will do with the Python. That thing we will be discussed in the module 1 here. The next topic is here is working with Python. So here, when that working with Python is nothing but writing of a program and execution of a program in the Python. This concept is comes under the working with Python. How we will work, how we will write the code, how we develop the code. This everything will comes under the working with Python. Here, working with Python which comes under the two things. The first one is interactive model, and the next one is the script mode. So this interactive mode and what is script mode, we will discuss in the later here now. So the next one is identifiers and keywords. The next topic is identifiers and keywords. Actually, what is an identifier? What is a keyword? So identifier is a variable which can store some data, and a keyword is a one which we are using to write a program. That everything we will discuss in the later. So the next one is comments and indentation and multi-lining. What is this comments? Very simple. When we are writing a code, all statements will not be executable. Why means we are giving some description of the particular statement. When we are giving some description of the particular statement, that means we did not to execute that particular description of the statement. Then what we have to do? We have to make it as a comment. Okay, what is a comment? What are the different types of comments? We will see later. So then what is the next? Indentation. This is a main concept of the Python programming. This is the main point of the indentation is and multi-lining. If we doesn't know this, what is indentation and multi-lining, then we cannot become a good programmer, or we cannot become a good developer in the Python programming. We must and should have to know the comments, indentation and multi-lining concepts. The next one is data types. So let us assume, when we are discussing about any programming language, first we have to discuss about the data types. Each and every programming language the data types with it. We are having some built-in data types. There we are having some user-defined data types. Everything will come under the Python programming here. The next one is operators and expressions. Why we have to use the operators? Very simple. If you write any program, and that particular program, if you are providing any functionality, then we need some concept called operators and operands. Then we will provide the operators, and any one expression is there. On that particular expression only we will write and we will perform an operator. Very simple. Let us assume A equal to some A into and a B. This is called an expression. What it is? It is an expression. Here this into, these are the operators. Into and equal to are called as the operators. So here we will use the operators concepts. This is nothing but an expression that we have to know clearly. Then only we will become as a good programmer in the Python. So the next concept is console input and output. Very simple. Let us assume that any one programming language. If you take any programming language, that may be C, that may be Java, that may be Python, whatever it may be, first for the program we have to provide the input. When after providing the input, we have to get the output. So how we are providing the input and how we are getting the output, that is comes under the console input output. We will discuss in the later this one. The next one is formatted printing. What is this type of formatted printing here? That means that when we are given the input, we will get the output. It is very common. It is very clear. But the thing what we have to know is here, how we are providing the input, how we are providing the output, how we are printing the output. That is the concept called formatted printing. Means in my program, if you are there, for suppose, if I am having some input is, for suppose 13.7999, but I want to print output as 13.79 only. This is how we will do this one. This is input. This is an output. How I can do like this? This means very simple. This will be done by this concept called formatted printing. So with the help of this concept, we can print output in the format which we needed. Is it clear? The next one is built-in functions. So let us assume that is any programming language. Just we have discussed that C, Java, whatever it may be. Each and every programming language has some of the built-in functions. what is built-in functions? That means some of the functions are there. They will implemented basically at the first only with the development of the programming language. The next one is library functions. Some of the library functions also there for the Python for using it and for using of it to develop many more web applications. So the next one is here. So these are the content of the module 1. These are the topics of the module 1 which we can clear and which we can discuss in detail to learn about the Python programming language. The next thing is here is the first one. This is best programming language. Actually, the Python programming language is called as a best programming language. Sir, how? Actually, we are saying that best programming language is the Python. How we can say that this is a best programming language? Very simple. This is a survey from the various things, various institutions, various organizations. They have given on one survey of the Python programming language. Let us assume in the screen. This is the first one is a Python programming language, which is about the 83% of the people are using this one. That means that particular 83% people can use SQL also, R also, Java programming also, Ruby also, Julia also, and some Scala also, some PHP programming also. But although they are using this all type of programming language, but many of that are using for several times they are using the Python programming language as their weapon to develop many number of applications and many number of programs of their software development. So this is a reason, and this is a process. This is a graphical representation. This is representing that a Python programming language is the best one. It means which is a popular one. That may be clear that. The next one is the SQL. After the Python, there we are having the SQL is nothing but about the 44%. So this is called database queries. So that the next one is R programming languages, which is about the 36%. Means after the Python programming language, then after the SQL languages, many of the people who are using the R. The next, some of the people, the 23% of the people is using the C or C++ Java. Next one is 21% is nothing but the Java. That means this is indicating this, that how the Python becomes very popular in the now today's real-time market. So this is a thing which is showing that. So the Python is leading the Java also. But here we need Python also, Java also that. So clear that this picture is giving a clear cut explanation about that. This Python is nowadays the 83% of the people are using, and the particular all the world. Is that clear? After then we are having some of the scripting languages, Bash, Gear, GitLab, PyLab, and some C# and .NET languages, and some of the VBA languages, and some of the PHP language. These are called as scripting languages. So client side scripting also there, and server side scripting also there for website monitoring. Is that clear? So this is a picture which will gives a clear cut information about the how the Python becomes more popular. Is that clear? So there's we are moving towards a next concept is what's the feature of the Python programming language. So in the previous slide, what we have seen, in the previous slide, we have seen that the Python becomes the more popular language in the world. So this is about the 83%. How it becomes more popular? Why it becomes more popular? What is the reason behind that? Means these are the feature of the Python programming language. Why it becomes a more popular means it's a Python programming language. These are the different types of features. The first feature is the simple. Means a Python program is a very simple one. How it is simple one? How we can say that is very simple? How we can conclude that very simple means it is a more readability. That means when we are writing a program here, that when the particular programming is a very simple to write, it is very simple to reading, and it is very simple to understand. For any developer can easily write the code. Any programmer or any developer or any user can easily read the code. So when it is easy to read the code, then it becomes very easy to understand. So this is the more first point. Most of the first point is called more readability and easy to understand. So this is a concept behind why Python language becomes a more simple. So this is the next one is the next feature is So it is one easy to learn. What easy to learn? Here, very simple. So what is happening here? For suppose if I want to write a program in the C for the two addition of two numbers, it will lead to the 2 to 3 4 lines of the code. But when it is comes under the Python programming, very easy to write that. So we can write like this: A equal to 3, B equal to 2, then print of A plus B. Then the output is very simple, the 5. What the output is here? The output is a 5. That means with the help of simple lines. Are you getting what I'm saying here? That is very simple to read and very easy to learn and very easy to write the code also here. The syntax is very simple syntaxes to learn. So this is the next one is called easy to learn, and so here the more features is provided by the Python here. The first two features are nothing but it is easy to learn and it is very simple. The next one is open source. What is this open source? That means the all modern versions of the Python are copyrighted under a GPL. What is this? General Public License. Is that clear? It is certified by the Open Source Initiative. It means that anyone, any developer, any person, any user, any customer can easily download all the sources which are needed for the Python programming languages from the Google nowadays. So it is very open source one. It is very available source in the market now. So this is the reason why the popular becomes more popular. The next one is each one is it is a high level language. What is this high level language? Very simple. A Python is a high level language. It is visually understandable by all the programmers, all the developers, all the customers. The high level language is the one which is understandable by the persons, human beings. So this is high level languages. So here it is interpreted one and it is general purpose languages provided by the authors or implementers, scientists, the person. Clear? The next one is it is a dynamically typed language. What is dynamically typed language? Here the dynamically typed language is nothing but it comes under the strong and dynamically typed. What is this strong and dynamically typed? Very simple. When I am writing, for suppose I have given for suppose if I am using A equal to some int of input of A. What is that? A equal to int of input of A. That means that here definitely must and should here you have to enter the A value as 5 and 6 or 1, 2, 3 and so on. These are called as integers. That means that it is a strong one. It is strongly saying that you have to enter the integer data only when you have given a data type as an integer to the A. Or otherwise what happened means it will lead to an error. So this is called strong typed language. Is that clear? Then what is about the dynamically typed languages? Very simple. This dynamically typed language is nothing but for suppose when I am using here, this is A as some of the programming language. A Python here for reading the input. What is that? For writing the input and giving the output. Here all the types will be calculated. All the types will be converted in runtime only. When it is runtime. So what is this? Dynamically typed language. Dynamically typed language in the sense runtime features. Runtime means when the program is execution, then only we are entering the data, then only we are giving the data as a integer type or as a floating point type or whatever it may be. As a dynamic concepts only we are giving. So these are the two things which confirms that Python is a strongly typed programming language. Here. So next one is it is a platform independent. What is this platform independent, sir? So this is platform independent is nothing but. So here the platform independent means how we will know that it is when we are writing, when we are developing a code in one system by using the Python. That particular code will be executed in different types of systems and anywhere and any world. So this is comes under the platform independent. It is nothing but you are using any system. It is not matter for that the Python programming language. The matter is that the code is correct or not only. If the code is correct, it will run in any system. That is called, this is the feature which comes under the object-oriented programming concepts in like Java. So the same concept we are having in Java also. So in Java also we are having the platform independent concept. Is that clear? So then this is another main feature of the Java programming language, and as well as the main one is called as a Python programming language at all. Now the next one is a portable. What is this portability concepts? Very simple. The portability is nothing but, for suppose for suppose in my system I am having Windows operating system. Is that clear? So by using this operating system, I have written in a program in Python. Is that clear? But now my friend has to execute the same code in that his system, but his system is having the Linux operating system. Then the program will not be executed? No, the program will definitely executed in his system also. That means that it is portable with any type of operating system. Is that clear? So this is the another main feature of the Python programming languages, which leads to the Python becomes more popular now. The next one is procedure and object oriented. So like what is the C? C is a programming language which can provide structured programming languages. Java is an object-oriented programming language. When it is comes under the Python supports both languages. That means procedure-oriented and object-oriented. So here the Python becomes more popular. Why? Means these are the different types of reasons why the Python becomes more popular in the nowadays. Is that clear? So this is a clear-cut explanation about why the Python becomes more popular now. Is that clear? Next, it's a brief history of a Python language. So that is means when it is started, by whom it is started, what are the different types of versions we are having the Python in the market. That everything will be discussed in this brief history of the Python language here. So let us see that Python is a general purpose, dynamic, interpreted high-level programming languages. Here, what is this? The Python is a interpreted languages. Dynamic and interpreted languages. What is this interpreted languages? For suppose if I am having a program here, so particularly this program here. So statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, statement 4. We are having different types of statements here. So what is interpreted concept means? Statement 1 execute. Here next is 2. Statement 2 has to be executed. Statement has to be executed 3. Statement 4 has to be executed. Means statement by statement has to be executed in any programming language. Then it is comes under the interpretation. If for suppose this total program will runs at a one time, this total program runs at a one time, then it comes under the compilation. So all of you knows that, all of you very well know about the C. C is in a compiler. C is using the compiler to execute a total code has to be in a single time. Is that clear? So Python is an interpreter which can be used as execute a statement by statement programming. Next one is it is conceptualized in the late 1980s. So in the 1980s in 1980s only the Python has comes into the market. Next, who created this one? So it is created by the Guy van Rossum. Who is that one? It is created by the Guy van Rossum in the Netherlands and first released in the 1991, a descendant of the ABC language. So in the previous days, in the olden days of the 1990s decade, so we are having some of the different types of programming languages are there. From them, one language is called ABC languages. So that one, for that it is providing more features. For providing the more features, by adding the more features, by adding the more types of packages, libraries to that particular ABC language, Guy van Rossum is provided, is created the one type of a new programming languages, which is comes under the named as Python programming languages in the year of 1991. So it is a source from the beginning managed by the Python Software Foundation. What it is? So it is an open source one. All of you, up to now we have discussed that this Python is, why it becomes more popular means this Python is a one which is an open source one. Is that clear? So next one is, it is scalable, object oriented and functional from the beginning. So here anything will be scalability. Here what we are doing, we are measuring clearly. We are getting clearly what we are doing, how we are doing, we will know clearly here. Then these are the some of the Python versions which we are having in here. In the 1991, So here we are getting first version called 0.90 version in the February of 1991. In the 1994, the version 1.0 in the January 1994. Means after the 1991, it has taken the 3 years of the time to next version of the Python. And again, it has taken the 6 years of the time to next version of the 2.0. And then at 2008, it is given the version 3.0. It is regarding about the 8 years of the time. Is that clear? Next one is modes of the Python. So what is this mode of the Python here? So very simple. So before entering into this modes of the Python, working of the Python here, first we have to know that how to write a program of the Python. A Python programming will be written in the two types. That one is, the first one is command prompt. The first one is command prompt and the second one is any editor. So we can write our Python programming two ways. The first way is command prompt and the second way is editor, any editor. So here we can write the program in these two ways. After then, what we will do, we will see here. So here, modes of the Python, very simple. This comes under the working with Python, very simple. So here we are working with the Python is nothing but writing of a program, compiling of a program, and execution of a program, which comes under this modes of the Python here. Here we are having two types of modes. One is interactive mode, another one is script mode. So this interactive mode will comes under the command line argument, command prompt. This script mode will comes under this one is called editor mode. Okay, clear? So here let us assume that first one is Python is a programming language that lets you work quickly and integrate systems more efficiently. What it is saying that it is a programming language which will let you quickly to integrate the system. It means that one system can be integrated with another system. Why here? We're having the portability. Here we're having the platform independence. So by using these two things, we can easily integrate the system for execution of a code, for writing of developing of a software very easily. Next one is, it is a widely used general purpose high level programming languages. It was designed with an emphasis on code readability. Very simple. What it is? Code readability. So here the main thing is the readability. Just to know, before only we have discussed that why popular becomes more popular means it is providing the more readability. So that is readability, and then is syntax allows programs to express. And let us see here. So syntax allows programs to express their concepts in fewer lines of code. What it is? The thing is here, the fewer lines of code. Fewer means very less statements. And as an example, we will see here. So as in C programming, if I write addition of two numbers, what I have to do? Hash include stdio dot h. We have to write here. Then void main. Then here what we will do? So int a comma b comma c. Then what I have to do here? Scan of %d and a and b. Here what is this? This first statement is nothing but an header file. We have to include the header file here. Is it clear? Without this header file, without this statement hash include stdio.h, the C program is nothing. So then the main method. So after the main method, open braces, then this int a comma b comma c is nothing but the declaration of the variables. Here we are declaring the variables. Then these are for scan of %d and a and b is nothing but what it is. This is for reading the data here. After reading the data, what I can do here? So I can perform operation here. C equal to a plus b here. So after performing this operation, what I will do here? Print of %d. Here I will do what? Print of C. What is this? This is nothing but C here. I will print here C. So this is for what? This is a program for addition of the two numbers in a C program. Have you seen this one? Now this the same program which I can written in. This is the same program which I can written in the Python programming. Let us see here. I will simply take a equal to 2, b equal to 3. Then I will write print of A plus B. Then the output is 5. Let's see here. How many number of lines I have taken here? Just I have taken 2 to 3 lines only for addition of the 2 numbers of a program. So for printing of the output as a 5 here. This means that this is the main thing which can justify. Here this is which will give us a fewer lines of code only. Is that clear? The next one is Python programming language. There are 2 ways in which we can run our code. They are nothing but interactive mode and script mode. Very simple. Okay. You can also save your commands in a text file which by convention have the suffix .py. All of you very well know about when you are working with the C programming. When you are working with the C++ programming, what you will do there? So when if it comes under the C programming, you have to save it .c extension. If it comes under the C++ programming, then you have to see this is called dot extensions which we can use for suppose hello.c, next hello.cpp. This means that this is for C programming saving. This is for program which we are saving in the C++ programming concepts. Like that, we will have to use one extension in Python is called as .py. What it is? .py is an extension in Python. Is that clear? So this is called .py. It is pronounced as .py. Is that clear? The next one is. So these are the two types of modes which we are having under the Python working with the Python here. So next comes under. So this is an interactive mode which we have discussed now. So what is this interactive mode means? This is nothing but command prompt. What it is called as? This is called as a command prompt. So what is this command prompt? So for Java programming also, all of you very well known about to work with Java programming also, we have to know the command prompt. We have to open the command prompt. Is that clear? So this is the command prompt of the Python which you have to open it. And after opening the command prompt, let us see here. So what the program just now I have explained here is A equal to 2. Is that clear? So this is A equal to 2, B equal to 3. Then we have discussed C equal to A plus B. Then print of C. What happens here? The output is nothing but 2 plus 3 means the output is 5. What is this? This one is called as the output. So this is command prompt. This is the interactive mode. This means directly we are communicating with the command prompt. Directly interacting. So this comes under the interactive mode. So when we are discussing with one person directly, when we are discussing with one person directly, then it is comes under what? Interactive communication. If the person is in somewhere, when we are communicating with him or with her, is called as a indirect communication and as well as a script mode. Why we have to introduce? What is the concept of introducing interactive mode that we will explain clearly in the later classes here. So the next one is here. Let us see here. How to run Python code in script mode. Very simple. In order to run our program in the interactive mode, we can use command prompt in Windows. What is this? This is a command prompt. What is this? This is command prompt. So next, terminal Linux or else terminal Linux. We can use terminal Linux also and we can use Mac OS also. Let us understand the execution of Python code in the command prompt with the help of an example. So this is the one example just now we have taken. Next one is. So this is another one. This is another example. So this is also a command prompt one of the Python IDE. So here we have taken Python IDE here. Just you see here, just what I have given here, Python. No, in Python what we have given, print of welcome to Python. Just I am giving or answer and I am entering. Just pressing on the enter button. What happens? This command will be executed. What it is? This is called as a command here. This particular command will be executed and then we get an output called welcome to the Python. The next one is print. This is interactive mode. The same way after writing this statement, what this is? This is called as a statement. Or what it is called as array command. This is called as command as well as a statement in the Python ideally. So here we can, what we will do, just we are clicking on the enter button, the output will be shown in the that particular ideally only or that particular command prompt only. Is that clear? That means directly here we are getting the output here, giving input here only, and we are getting output here only. So this is a concept called, what is it is called as, very simple, that is an interactive mode which is comes under the Python working procedure. Is that clear? The next one is here. This is another example. Next one is, this is another example of the interactive mode here. Let us see here what we are having here. So a equal to some, here we are having a equal to some int of input. This one here, a equal to some int of input. So when it is an int of input means, can I give a equal to 3.0 now here? No, not at all. It is not correct way to give the input as a 3. Why means I have given a is equal to int value. If even it is given as int value means I have to give here very simple. So int value only. That means 2, 1, 2, 3 and so on like this I have to give here. Not like some 3 or 2.0. So these are the wrong one. These are the correct one. That means I can give here. This is a one way of taking input. In the previous slide you have seen that. What you have seen here. So here directly we see here a equal to 2. Directly we have taken the a equal to 2 directly and b equal to 3 directly. But when it is comes under the this particular program, you see here a is int of input, b is int of input. That means here we are giving the input. Means we can give any value. For the first time I can give a equal to 3 and b equal to 2. Then for the second time I can give a equal to 4 and b equal to 3. Like this I can give many number of values here. So the output comes under c is equal to a into b means 4 into 3. The output is here 12. The output is what it is. Output is equal to 12. It will be printed here. Yeah, you got this. These are the different types of 3 types of various programs which comes under the interactive mode procedure. So this is nothing but working procedure of the Python.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.